Hello, 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 Aries. How's everybody doing? I like to say have a little bit of room over here. I'm moving my cards around, touching them, getting the energies. So how's everybody doing today? For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patti, and I am an empath. Sorry, I have large boobs, so I get them in the way, so I apologize. Anyway, my name is Patti. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot, and I also do intuitive coaching. If you are interested in any spiritual coaching, life coaching, purpose coaching, or health coaching, which is nutrition and fitness, you can get the information below. Spiritual coaching and intuitive coaching, pretty much the same thing. Because it's divine directed. It's not earth or secular directed. It is divine directed. So that is there available to you if you like a one-on-one. You can email me and ask me questions. You can comment and ask me questions. But if it gets too in-depth, then we definitely need to do a one-on-one. So, and you can also do an intuitive reading, a tarot reading. If you like, just book below with the links there. No, I'm not going to do that. So let's get started. Aries, this is the 11th through the 18th for you guys. And there's a lot of energies coming through with the planets and the moon, the way that they're in right now. I apologize, I have not done a lot of research this week about the moon and the energies, but I do know from what we researched the beginning of the month, gosh, really? That the energies through not only the 21st of January, but through into February, the planets are all aligned, especially with now moving into Aquarius for this, and Chiron in the planets that are aligned right now are about healing. So that's coming up a lot, which I was getting ready to say that, and our first oracle out is about healing. So, I can't make this up. Just doing my prayer before starting this, it definitely came through that it is about healing. This is going to be this week. It's going to be this until the middle of the month. It's about self-reflection, self-examination, walking in the truth of who you are, and how you're talking to yourself, if it's truthful or if it's you're basically giving yourself a line of bull. And that's where all these energies are, even through, I would say, probably mid-February. I got to go back and look, but these energies that are going through with the planets and also the signs is all about healing. And Aquarius in this, when we moved from Capricorn to Aquarius, we're now in that phase of moving. We're moving forward. However, we're moving at different ways. What I mean by that is, if you imagine you're going through a birth canal, you're just getting ready to, you're going through your contractions or that kind of thing if you're a lady. But here's the thing, the pains come and go. No matter if you're a guy or a girl, you understand the pains come and go. Well, there's a contraction, then there's an expansion, then there's a contraction. That's what we're going through right now. And the contractions are this hard healing, get down to business part, and the extraction or the expansion is about, feeling okay, I'm making a little bit of progress. And then there's that contraction, let's get that healing, let's get down to the core and the foundation. And then there's that expansion of like, oh yeah, like a light bulb moment. Yeah, this is working. This is what's happening. So I can't make this up, but I would say, man, out of the 12 signs, 10 of them have, before I come on, I shuffle, I pray, and as I pray, I shuffle. I cannot make this up. This card has come up at least 7 times out of the 10. And this is about knowledge and healing with the serpent. Now, the thing about the serpent is that the serpent, if you think of any snake or serpent, sheds its skin, okay? And when it sheds its skin, it gets rid of the old because it's getting ready for the new. This is part of our healing process. This is what's happening this week for almost everybody. But the other thing too about this artist and what she has on here is that it is also about knowledge. So yeah, well, healing, we're learning more about ourselves, but where is that learning coming from? Knowledge is earth-based. Wisdom is spiritual based. Wisdom is spirit and divine. Are you getting your information from divine and going with your new journey, or are you getting the knowledge of everything that is going on in your life and your journey from the earth and people around you and people that say, well, you should do this, or you like this, so why don't you do this? That is where you get your earth knowledge. That's not what the divine wants. When he's talking about growth, when he's talking about healing, it's the inner healing, the inner child, the inner help, the deep down hurt that has to come out and get brought to the surface so that skin can shed, that you can build a new foundation. Yesterday, I don't remember what sign that I was talking about, but it was actually about, let me see here. I just want to make sure I have the volume up. Sorry. It was about, when we have a house, if you see a dilapidated house, and somebody owns that property, like, well, I want to build a new house. They have to tear down that house, maybe keep that foundation, or actually tear away the foundation, rebuild a new foundation or core, and then they build a new house on top of that. Well, what happens is, if we don't tear down, if we don't get to the nitty gritty, the basics, the core, then what happens is we build another house on a poor foundation again. That's the same thing with the serpent and the healing. And oh my goodness, I'm not joking. Boy, the divine is serious this week. Letting go. I did not make that up. I mean, I just pulled the cards. So, letting go, letting that skin go. And here's the thing. The serpent is about the number 5 in numerology. That is about instability, but it's also about challenges and things like that. And then it's a little bit about instability. And then we have the number 8 for letting go. And 8 is all about progress and progress and our rewards. Also, the number 5 is about instability, but it's also about challenges. What challenges do you have in your life right now? What are you facing that you're really just sort of struggling with? And that's where we find out what we need to work on. We can't work on so many things at one time, because then we will never get everything done. All right. But for you guys, for Aries, a lot of the things with Aries signs is that you're very impulsive. So when the impulse feeling comes to do something, sometimes it's really better to wait, to sit and see what is going on before you actually act, for the Aries signs. Because you are impulsive. It's not a bad thing. However, sometimes just jumping in with both feet can actually affect not only you, but it can affect people around you. So the choices that we make may need to change in the essence of in how we're making our choices. Not that instant, I'm going to do it kind of a thing. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. First card out is the Hangman. So the Hangman is all about insightfulness, paying attention to what is going on spiritually around you, but not only that, what is going on in your life, in your journey and everything, like connecting the dots. So he's paying attention to, or she paying attention to everything that's going around, but it's like, where is it connecting the dots internally? Why is this person coming into my life? Why is this job now in my life? Why is it, that kind of a thing? Because what we're seeking is the truth of everything. Or this could be a division. Maybe the challenge for Aries, some Aries out there, may be time to separate or time to divide. Because as we look at the sword is also can be finding out about truth, but it also can be finding out about, it can slice, remember, it can divide. So is this something I need to begin to separate and let go from? Now that truth is for somebody, but here's the thing. You got to have patience. Temperance is about patience. Again, earth, spirit, earth, spirit. However, you have to have patience. If you have faith in anything, God, creation, universe, whatever it is that you believe in, spirit, doesn't matter what you believe in, you have to have patience and understanding that they work in their own time and it's not our time. So for me, God's timing is never what my timing is. In fact, it's sort of a joke because I have a book I'm writing about that. One of the chapters in or mini books is called At the Last Minute, because every time the divine comes through, it's always at the last minute. Yeah, definitely. But if I have faith and patience and trust, he always comes through. Never has failed. Never has failed. Even when I'm beginning to get really, really weak and starting to sweat, he has never, he's like, you're doing it again. You're not trusting me, kind of a thing. So we also have the King of Cups. Now, this goes with the number 5. The number 5 is there's something going on in your life that actually is about there's a kerfuffle, there's a riffle in the water, maybe there's a storm, maybe there's some raging waters, and I use that as, you're having troubles, your problems, you're having an issue of some sort that is happening. Now this is something that is going on with your heart, your desires. It could be a relationship that you're having trouble with. Again, we've got the queen, the Queen of Swords is all about looking for that truth. However, I feel there's a division here of something, and I don't know what that is for someone. It's like they're separated from something, or you're separating from something that actually maybe does need to be let go. Does it need to be let go? And what basis are you looking at that situation to let it go? Are you looking at it from earth base, or are you looking at spiritual base? Is the divine saying, I want you to let this go because I have something better for you? Or is he letting it go, I'm trying to protect you because you don't see what I see? Or is the divine saying, you know what, it's time to get down to the nitty gritty and speak the truth and pay attention to what I'm trying to show you? All right. So I don't know who that's for. But this is definitely a week of healing. There's something going on that we need to. I'm going to tell you right now, too, I probably won't see. I know people are saying, well, what about the love? What about the love? Is he coming back? Is she coming back? What about my relationship? This is not a time to focus in on the relationship so much. It's to focus in on you. I'll tell you right now that people are saying, well, can you show me a love card? Can you show me this kind of stuff? And the thing is, when there is self work to do, the divine will never show you another person, because there has to be a healing process in order to move forward in a light of bringing something together in a positive. Because if you bring in healing, you're bringing in low vibrations, you're bringing in stuff that still needs to be worked through, and that is not the time to meet somebody. If you're in a relationship, then you just say, hey, you know what, we're having troubles, I'm going to really focus in on what I can do to make this better. I need to figure out what I'm doing that I could be. And if you can share with me what you think I'm doing, maybe they're totally, totally off. But the thing is that this is not a time for that. Because here's the thing. We have the Queen of Swords twice. So there's a clarification there that something is either being divided, is divided, or separated, possibly needing to be let go, or somebody needs to be walking in the truth. Somebody's not being honest with themselves, let alone with their partner or whoever this is in regards to let them go. So when we're talking about healing, healing is, and the knowledge again, is your truth. What is your truth? Where does it come from? Is it from the earth or is it from spirit? Because if it's coming from earth, it's not truth. It's not truth at all. So, and then we have more swords. This is all about swords with Aries. Again, it's about the way you make decisions and the way that you just, Aries is so good at being impromptu and jumping in and spontaneous. However, it doesn't help your future. It's in reverse. Because if it's not thought through before you do it, then it can actually affect the people around you without you knowing it and cause damage. So this is why it's really important when we have the three, is this 3 of Wands or 2 of Wands in reverse, to think about the future and think about things and how I speak when I speak. Yes, you're very spontaneous. That is awesome. However, sometimes it can be very damaging if somebody isn't spontaneous. Because a lot of the times then you get frustrated, Aries, that you know, they won't do it or they can't do it and you want to do it or whatever. And maybe they have their own perspective and reasons why. So this is really, really hard. I have a lot of Aries people in my life, and really in honesty, their heart is really in the right place. However, they have no clue that when they make these quick choices and decisions without regards to, that is upside down, without regards, then definitely it's really, really hard. It's a hard relationship because some people cannot be spontaneous. Single parent cannot be spontaneous. A single parent cannot just drop things and go. A single parent cannot, even if they want to and their heart's crying to, but they have responsibilities and obligations. Just an idea. So we have the Hangman twice. Now this is your first card out. And we've got 2 Queens of Swords, two hangmans. So that means that these 2 entities are actually trying to tell you something very seriously, that the way that you're doing something needs to change. And the way to change that or transform that is to think differently, to lift your vibrations up and look outside the box and think of somebody else first. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a lot about letting go, about thinking outside the box, thinking away from yourself. This is going to be hard for several Aries. And some of you it won't, but most Aries, this is going to be really hard because not only do we have letting go, but we have the number 4 and we have 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is about holding on to something that it's time to let go. I don't know who that is for. I don't know who that's for, but this is seriously a time where you really need to look this week, self-examination. You know, what is it that you really, really need to heal from? And what is it that, you know, that you need to not think of self so much. There's somebody that thinks of self way too much. Right now we have the 5 of Swords in reverse. However, that means there's no fighting, there's no arguing, there's no nothing of that nature. However, it can bring it. It can bring it. This is the thing that there isn't. But here we've got energies that we really, really need to let go of. And I'm gonna tell you right now, 3 of Cups. We got the 3 of Cups. It can turn around. The 3 of Cups can turn it around. And the way that will turn around is through the transformation of a new way of thinking. 4 of Wands, communication. Communication. These 2 things are beautiful. They're coming together. They're happy. They're joyous. Something is coming together, but something's really needs to be let go before this can happen. So this would be sort of like, if somebody's getting married and they have an ex hanging around and it's causing troubles in their relationship before they get married, that ex needs to go so that the couple can focus in on their marriage and themselves and their future journey together without having a distraction. That ex is the past. That ex, whatever it is, boyfriend, girlfriend, ex-lover, ex-husband, ex-wife, that's the past. If you really wanted that, then you should have stayed with it. So you need to let it go. And that, a lot of people come to me, well, I want to be friends with my ex. No. If you're in a new relationship, that's, unless there's children involved, the only time that there should be is that you are civil, and that you're civil for the kid's purpose. But that's your past, people. That's your past. And that's where you've got to let go. When I talk about the graveyard, bury it, say goodbye, and move on. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. It's just getting into coaching, because I see this day in and day out, day in and day out. But the thing with Aries is it's so spontaneous, you create sometimes your own havoc, and then you wonder in the future why things are not, together and moving together with someone. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. Yeah. So the Moon's hidden because somebody's not got truth on the table. There isn't truth on the table. There is something coming towards you. You're going to have to really change your thought process as far as what you need to do to make it happen. Because this spontaneous, I don't know why I keep hearing, spontaneous, it's impulsive, it's, this isn't good. This impulsive isn't good because you can't think the process through, because impulsive is for self. If you really want something, it's impulsive. I want to do it. But when you're in a relationship or you want a relationship, you can't always think of self only. You have to have a give and take. So maybe this is why the divine's coming through impulsive, spontaneous. It's good when you have an agreement between two people, but it is not good if you're trying to date, trying to get a mate, trying to, in that sense. Also, too, in a relationship, understanding each other's roles and what they have in their life going on. They may not be able to be spontaneous like you can. So maybe your job allows you to have big flexibility, but your partner's job is like, no, I've got a rigid schedule. Unfortunately, I can't just go to Vegas for the weekend, where you can. So this is going to create a big problem in communication if things are not cleared and talked about the truth and getting to the truth of everything. But I don't know what for you guys. This is, I'm going to pull for the universe for you guys, but this is all about letting go of something. I don't know what that is for you. It's also looking more towards spirit for your answers and paying attention to your intuition and the vibrations that are going on. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you see something that isn't right, don't get involved. At least, when you get these little intuitions and things like that, you really need to pay attention to it. Yeah, slow and steady. Whatever you want, you can have in prayer. You have to ask and be specific, but this process is slow and steady because this is the way that you're built. However, there has to be compromise when there is another couple or there is another person or persons involved. Same with work. You can't just be spontaneous and do what you want to do. Boss will fire you because maybe he has a job or whatever, but you just can't do that. So be patient with this process for yourself this week. Just understand, I would say, the things to take away. Are you doing everything and making your decisions based for yourself only and not thinking about the other person? Are you taking your information through knowledge by earth's secular ways of living, or are you doing it through wisdom? We always ask for wisdom because wisdom is old, it is wise, it is the way that your journey is meant to go. So I would say those two things, and let go, whatever it is that you're needing to let go, because your future is counting on it, because it's rocky right now. For some of you, it's very rocky, and it's unstable, and you will meet more and more challenges, because if things will stay hidden, because you cannot see, and the hangman is trying to get you to see. All right, Aries. Wow, what a reading. This is an intense reading. This is probably the most intense one all week that I've done. And there's not even, I can't even share everything that I'm sharing with you right now, because it's just getting downloaded. But those are the main keys the divine wants me to share with you. So I hope this was a good reading for you. I hope it brought you some insight. Remember, if you are having a problem moving forward with this concept, think of the serpent, of shedding its skin, leaving the old, allowing the new to come in, or that house that just needs to be torn down, a solid foundation build so that a beautiful home can be on there. Because if the solid foundation isn't there, then that house, that beautiful home, is going to crack and have issues and all kinds of stuff, maybe even tumble. So make sure you do that. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to watch some of my other live videos, like fear, facing your fears, and other videos, either on Get Balanced 2020 or on Divine Intuitive. I would love for you guys to share, and don't forget to hit that share and subscribe button. All right, take care. Oh, don't the likes too. I like the likes too. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the 18th. Bye-bye.